G'day everyone, how you going? It's Jesse here, the manager of the Capstone program. I just wanted to do a short demo presentation on how to manage and do your work logs using the Clockify time tracker. I know there's been a few questions coming our way on how you do this, so hopefully this demonstration will help you kind of get on top of it, because we do really want to see people logging their time. This is what you do in the real world, in the industry, and so we want to replicate that in our Capstone program. So everyone should have received an email invite to create a Clockify account. And in your Clockify account, you should be added to a workspace, and your workspace will replicate the same naming convention that we use for your Microsoft Teams channel. So whatever tribe you're in, you'll have a Microsoft Teams area, and you'll also have a Clockify area. So you need to let us know if you haven't received that invite, and we can send it your way. But by now, everyone should have received it. So I'm just using at the moment the IT Capstone workspace as a bit of a demo area. And so I'll go through what you should typically be doing as a student to manage and track your time. Okay, so there's a few different ways you can do it. It's really simple. And I'm using the web version at the moment, which is just clockify.me/tracker. In addition, there's actually a tab in your Microsoft Teams channel called Worklog, and we've added this URL as a tab in your Microsoft Teams channel. So that's probably a fairly easy way of doing it all in the one place. In addition to the web version, there's also Android and iOS apps that you can get from the different app stores, and you just sign in with the same account that you've been invited to. So just check your Deacon emails, you will have an invite there. Okay, so I'm in the time tracker area on the left hand side here. This is really the only thing that you guys kind of have to look for. You need to make sure you're in the right workspace. Then you got the time tracker. So what do we use the time tracker for? Well, we should all be doing about 10 hours 10 to sort of 12 hours work a week on our Capstone projects. That's what we should be contributing to our tribe product. Okay, and we've identified key areas. Actually, it's not in here. I'll go to another workspace. We've identified key areas that we want you guys to be doing your project activities based around. Okay, so it's T3 2019. We want you to either be doing recording your contributions. We want you to be recording your team meetings. So that's meetings amongst yourselves as a squad. Other is basically any other things that you're doing. Research. So if you're researching a new technology or you're researching something to do with your project, you need to list it as research. You need to record your supervisor meetings. You should all be having a supervisor meeting each week, so you need to record that time. You need to be recording your task completion. So if you're actually actively working on one of your tasks, and it might be tasks that you've got in Cloud Deacon if you're undergraduate, and you've sort of orientated this on your Trello board, or if it's tasks that you're doing on your Trello board or in OnTrack, if you're a postgraduate student, you put it under task completion. And then we have upskilling, and we won't accept 100 hours of upskilling. There's a certain amount of upskilling that we'll allow, and I think it's somewhere around the region of 30 hours each trimester, but you list it down as upskilling there. Okay, so now we're in the time tracker. I want to do some research on blockchain, so I'm going to say researching Ethereum smart contracts. Okay, that's what I'm going to do for the next hour. So now that I've listed it in, there's a few things I do. I type in exactly what I'm doing. I go to project. Okay, I click research as the activity that I'm doing. Now I go to tags. I tag whatever squad I'm in. So there's two squads that Rosemary, one of our supervisors, is doing for this project. So I will either be in squad A or squad B. I'll tick squad A and pretend I'm in that one. And then basically here I can click start. And if I'm working on it right now, that's how I would do it. I would just be sitting away at my desk researching Ethereum, and I've pressed start. And when I'm finished, I remember to press stop. Pretty simple. The other way I can do it is I can go researching Trello. I'll add it to a project again. I'll add my tag. But let's say, for example, I forgot to track it on the time I wanted to do it. Well, the easy thing I do is I just click here and I manually put it in, okay? And I'd list it as the time. So it's 1:05, and I did that. Well, maybe I did that earlier this morning. I did it 10 o'clock in the morning until 12. Okay, I did 2 hours, and I can just add that, and that will just be recorded in my work log. And that means when I go to my dashboard and I can see what I've been doing, I've been researching Trello. I did it 3 hours ago, and it's listed as research. And there's also other little things that I've done. Everything will be recorded in here on what I've done. And then that way my supervisor will be able to see easily all the different things that we're doing, and get a bit of a gauge on how the squad's going. So it's really, really important that everybody does this in postgraduate, and it's definitely an accessible task. So you need to be recording your work. In undergraduate, I believe you have workbooks and things like that you need to do. So you do need to be recording it. And it is a requirement for us as supervisors when we're looking at how a squad's going and how you're going as an individual squad member. We will be referring to what we're seeing in the dashboard on what you're doing. And being the start of week 3, the assumption would be that everyone's put at least 20 hours of work into their capstone squad, because we're all supposed to be doing 10 hours a week. Okay, so it's basically a day a week. It's a bit of a commitment, but this is also your final year program, and it's not supposed to be easy. So look, I hope this has helped everyone understand a little bit about what we're supposed to be doing with Clockify and keeping track of our work logs. If there are any questions you have, your first point of contact should be your supervisor to discuss how you're doing it. And they'll be checking this regularly to make sure that you're putting the hours in. But if you have any technical problems with it, or you need a little bit of help setting it up, you can either contact the Help Hub, Tech Advisors, or if we're around and available, make sure you contact either myself, Jesse, or Christina. Thanks guys for watching this, and hopefully this helps. Cheers. Bye.